Hey, what's up guys? This is John with Ironwork Fitness, and today I'm going to be doing an introductory video on the kettlebell snatch. The kettlebell snatch is a really cool exercise, works your posterior chain, kind of gets you started working overhead, really good for shoulder mobility, and it looks like this. Really cool exercise. Just a little side note that before you try the kettlebell snatch, make sure that you've got your kettlebell swing technique dialed in pretty good. I would recommend you do anywhere from 500 to 800 swings, obviously not in one day, but 20 sets of 25 or something like that. Do it over a couple of weeks, really get that swing technique dialed in, because the kettlebell snatch has a lot of moving parts. And you don't want to be working on your hip hinge and simultaneously trying to catch the bell overhead, because you're not going to be able to do it. So with that being said, I'm assuming you guys are ready. Let me go ahead and start talking about the differences between the swing and the snatch. The big one is going to be that they follow a very different trajectory. If I show you guys from the side, a kettlebell swing with one hand, kettlebell swing with one hand kind of follows a very round arc, kind of follows the way a minute hand on a clock would go, just very circular, starts out here by the groin and comes all the way out in front of you. The kettlebell snatch, on the other hand, follows an abbreviated little trajectory. It kind of follows like a little J motion. It's going to look like this. So the snatch is going to stay much closer to the body. We call that taming the arc, and basically what it boils down to is you're pulling this way. You're pulling the elbow back towards the body and keeping the kettlebell a little bit closer to you while you're snatching. Now, the reason for that is we want the kettlebell to follow this trajectory right here, because if we started out here, we were swinging it and tried to go straight overhead, you're just going to jack up your shoulder. You're going to jack up your back. You're not going to get the exercise, and you're going to be just an injury waiting to happen. So what you really want to practice, the key to getting the kettlebell snatch down, is going to be changing the trajectory, getting it nice and flat, and getting a nice little float right here. Let me show you what I mean. There's an exercise I like to use to teach people how to snatch called the high pull. It's kind of an intermediate, and what it is basically you're going to be practicing getting the kettlebell over here to float over here by your head. And what's happening is when you swing the kettlebell, it comes up, it pauses for a beat, and then it comes right back down. It kind of reminds me of Wile E. Coyote. And it's that weightless moment where you're actually going to thread your hand through the bell and catch the bell overhead. So the high pull is a great way of practicing throwing the kettlebell to the proper location before you thread your hand through. And there's a really cool complex that I like to use to teach people how to do the kettlebell snatch. Pretty simple. What it is you're going to swing, high pull, snatch. You switch hands. Swing, high pull, snatch. Real simple stuff. You just need to run through the complex 3 to 5 times. Don't go crazy on the weight. Really just kind of focus on your technique for a while. And the more you do that, the quicker you're going to get the snatch, and you're going to have nice, clean technique, and you're not going to be complaining about banging up your forearms. So hopefully you've learned a little bit from this video. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also check us out on Facebook, Ironwork Fitness, or of course the website, ironworkfitness.com. Thanks guys. Have a good one.